Hello everyone, welcome here. In this lecture, you are going to learn how to download and install Visual Studio, the latest version. So simply I'll give you a step-by-step procedure to first getting download how to. So go to Google from any one of your favorite browser. Now you just hit very simply Visual Studio. So this is the Visual Studio here. So straight away you will get a downloads option. There is a community edition also is there. We are going to downloading anyhow community center edition only. So choosing downloads in common way. This version you may choose according to your system environment. I told you like earlier lecture also, which is a supports like a Visual Studio for Mac, Windows as well as the Linux. So Linux users may choose for Visual Studio Code and Windows users may choose for Visual Studio. The different patterns they are offering like Visual Studio for Mac, different versions. See the Mac version, Linux version, Windows, all the flavors which are readily available according to you continue with that, and I'll show you very clearly to getting download and installation step-by-step process of using Windows operating system. So the choosing of the community center is free. It's a free to download and install and use it of your learning of your journey in the C++ program. So like a powerful IDE free of students, open source contributors and individuals and as well as the learners. So why it is late? For in discussion of a professional and enterprise, professional IDE for best suited for small teams and scalable and end-to-end solutions for the enterprise. These two are you have to take a license version and you have to work on it. Alright, now see the best comprehensive IDE for .NET and C++ developers on Windows, fully packed with the sweet array of tools and features evaluated, enhancing your stage of software development. You will get all the support like where the libraries if you want, you can find the help and such information also the IDE will help you. So let's begin to getting this particular Windows like a Visual Studio 2022. So free download, click install Visual Studio, see getting started Visual Studio IDE, and also you may find here to completing the step-by-step process of installation. Yes, there is a Microsoft is also giving you a scope of how to get and install the things. Now launch the setup by double click on this downloaded link, or else you go for a download link from your computer system where the file is saved. There you can go and hit a double click. Now click continue, getting the Visual Studio installer. First it will I minimized the browser now. First it will get the Visual Studio installer, then it will initiate the first step. It will give the welcome screen to which component you need to select and download and install. So keenly observe, these are the very important steps. Alright, and this Visual Studio is also supports and helps you install like a great Microsoft applications and Azure and Python development, Node.js. See different tools are at a single place, this IDE. Okay, these are the desktop mobile app and gaming apps and other tools. These are the all tools which you want to install. You may need to check the checkbox. So here I'm choosing C++. So where it is, you can go to the scroll down. Yes, so desktop development with a C++, built-in modern C++ apps for Windows using tools for your choice including MVC, which is like a C++ great library where we need to get and it's something but Microsoft like a Visual C++. Alright, and CLang, CMake and MS Build. So one pack, built-in pack for C++ library is there, and a compiler is there, and a building tool is there, and the IDE accumulated all these things, and you will get as a bundle of package to install in your computer system. Alright, so one important point to before going to initiating this step, there is a minimum software to installation of minimum requirements of your system. Yes, a great point we have to discuss over here. So here how you would like to know, just simply just go to Google and just hit minimum required meant to install Visual Studio 2022 is the latest version, so we will take it. So very simply 1.8 gigahertz of processor with a 64-bit operating system or 64-bit supports processor, quad core are better recommended, and minimum 4 GB of RAM in your computer system. For Windows 365, minimum 2 vCPUs and 8 GB is recommended. Hard disk space is minimum 800 MB, 850 MB space is required to install Visual Studio. It's a minimal component. If you are choosing all the libraries and all the tools, means it's up to require like 210 GB if it is required. So we strongly recommend at least 20 to 50 of free storage capacity of GB is required to install this Visual Studio. Alright, now this is the checkbox, like a desktop development environment. I check the checkbox. Now you see all the components are added right side at one by one. So here you need to go a step-by-step process. Now very simply you need to choose here like a download all then install option. It's asking like a total required space is 9.26 GB, around 10 GB. Okay, so you need at least 20 to 50 GB. Why? Because if you are developing applications and building, some spaces are required from your hard disk storage. Okay, select the download and install, and selecting of desktop development, click install. Now it is going to be like a downloading first, then it is a initiating of checkbox is there, start after the download. Once is the completed, it automatically start the installation process. All right, let's see step by step. It depends upon like a few minutes of time. Why? Because like it's also depends on system speed and internet capability speed and all the things. So strongly remember to taking some time to install this product first, then download this product first, then automatically installation process will initiate. Take a nap of take a little bit of time span is required over here. Will continue. Yeah, you may observe here, once the download is completed, the installation of packages, around 428 packages are listed out. So one by one the package which are going to be supporting of Microsoft Visual Studio and C++ libraries and C++ package of software where it can be run of the bundle of software and CMake and a built-in tool. This all will accumulated and installed by step-by-step process. Automatically it will taken. So we need not to do any of interventions and doing of any things. The Microsoft like a Visual Studio installer is making a think of a step-by-step process how to take initiating and this the installation of libraries it is designed. So see, you may observe here below to the installation process Microsoft Visual Studio IDE, like what the package and what the libraries are going to be installing in current process. All right, you just follow up it. We'll be back. Now find here Microsoft Visual CPP redistributed pack with the version of 14, the latest one to current date. So here you may observe very keenly the importance, the easy way to installing Visual Studio in your Windows machine. Yeah, welcome back. So here the installation is might taking a while, less minutes. Now optimizing of the assemblers, which are the libraries ready-madely built in C++, will be called as also assemblers. Now let's see here a simple thing. Done the installation, Visual Studio has successfully installed. We recommend a reboot, so clean up like any of the remaining files or which are downloaded and installation process. Some temporary will be created. The media which is downloaded and installation for the purpose used, maybe some scratch any would be there. It is asking recommended is that rebooting the computer system. So what we need to do, close this Visual Studio and we need to shut down and restart the system. Then we need to initiate like creating with a welcome with a new project, like how to create by using Visual Studio, like how it is installed and created. We will see like just simply once the shutdown is restarted, where we need to press the start button and see here when the start button is here, Visual Studio 2022 it is displaying. We need to go and click this one option to create a new project using and launching Visual Studio 2022. So if it is not displayed here, you just simply type here in Windows 10 Visual Studio 2022, this one. Okay, so I'll see you at the next lecture. And for this Windows installer, like Visual Studio installer, just simply make it cross mark to close it. Alright, I'll see you in the next one. Thank you.